Welcome to Tush Twins, heard on malcolmpresents.com, a streaming platform heard around the world and beyond. Anyway, welcome, guys.
Hey,
You can talk now.
Hello. Oh, thank
ah,
you.
hello. How are ya?
Hello.
Hello.
We have a heat advisory here.
Yeah, I took a picture. Sparkles was in next to me, and she lay down on her bed in the kitchen, and right near the fan because I have the AC on the living room, but the fan in the kitchen, and she's just like, "I'm not moving. I'm not
Oh,
moving." It's like
no, it's freaking hot.
she
It's
stressed. This morning I walked her, and it was 83 at like 8:30.
mm-hmm.
And I
Ooh,
got back and I was soaked. I was sweating. Like
The
it's
dogs ain't dumb.
91 degrees here right now, but it
how
feels like 101.
I don't know what it is now. I'm afraid to look. Um, I'm gonna look. It's got to be warm. I just took her out for a second before and she won't go.
Oh, mine
Oh,
when she
mine.
goes and she's like runs back home. She loves
Well,
the air conditioning.
mine it says that it's 87 and it feels like 97.
Here it's 91, feels like
Yeah,
101.
there you go. So we got the 10-degree situation going on here. But so yeah, it's a heat advisory because it does get hot in the summer, but it's been getting hotter in the summer. It's been
The
getting
temperature has been rising
over the years.
close to yeah, it's been close to a degree every couple of years
And now these floods, these crazy ass floods. I mean, I don't know.
because
I don't know.
it's
It,
Nexus locust.
I don't know what the heck. Nexus
Nexus
locust.
locust
I,
and the
I don't.
frogs. It's God's way of punishing people.
The sky. Oh no, it's chemtrails made up by the Democrats. Don't you know? They're actually going to try to do an investigation about that. It doesn't exist scientifically. You see the trails from when you look up, if depending on the atmosphere of the day, when you
Hmm.
watching an airplane go by, they would leave, you know,
The trail.
a
Yeah, I love
trail.
looking at
But
that.
it's not these conspiracy theories. I don't know. But
There are too
anyway,
many.
so
Did you know there are Martians here? So
there are Martians. I mean,
they're
the
aliens.
octopus is an alien. They're considering it like an alien being, the octopus, because it has genomes that are not in anything else.
I'm forgetting this show that I saw. I think it was called Aliens. It's a
Aliens?
new thing on a new thing that's
Woo!
running.
Well, I
They're
was
streaming on TV.
Malcolm and I were talking, and I'm like, I just can't understand people. And then I kept thinking of our friend Tom Waits,
Oh,
who his famous line, "I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy." I think everyone's had a lobotomy. I don't know anymore. I mean, uh, I love Tom Waits. I love
Casey's in a
Tom's
G-string.
and big in Japan. And one of my other famous favorites, The Piano Has Been Drinking. That's a good one. And he
Yeah,
wrote Jersey Girl that Bruce Springsteen did. I'm in love with the Jersey
yeah,
Girl.
mm.
He wrote that.
I
Made
know.
made lots of money on it. It's been covered a lot, especially by the boss, who I love, by the way, for many reasons, but more even now
More so
that
now.
he's outspoken and doesn't give a rat's butt. You know?
Doesn't care. I have
They're
friends that were
they're gonna
with
take away
him
his citizenship.
recently.
Yeah.
Well, him and Rosie, they'll probably take yours and mine away. Yeah, because we are from another country 5 generations ago.
Right.
But
Right.
my family were aliens. They came over
Aliens,
here.
aliens.
So
I
yes, they're taking away, he wants to take Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship away.
He can't do that, by the way, but
We know that, but if he could, he should tell his
well,
wife should leave.
he wants well, she's here on a genius visa. It's called
Oh
an
yeah.
Einstein/genius visa. Not joking. That's the
But she
visa
has
she has.
American citizenship now.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because she came in on a genius visa
Because
And
she's a
the
instead
parents
of
genius.
a hooker visa. That's the one I thought she was on. The hooker visa. It's a
Yeah, she
special
does need a
Ooh.
visa.
point. Hooking.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Is that hooking? Isn't that part of knitting? Hook
Yes.
one,
It's
hook one, pearl two.
crocheting and needle.
Yes,
It's
knit
making
one, purl two.
rugs too.
It's a yeah, people
Cooking is rug
are
making. I've done
hookers.
that.
People are actual like hookers
Hookers.
who work with rugs and work with different,
Well, you
kinds
have a
of wool.
t-shirt. You're a button
Well,
hooker.
I'm a button hooker, and that is a very
You're a
hard,
button
it's a
hooker.
hard t-shirt to get people. It really is.
I'm from Idaho. Idaho. You know,
No,
Idaho.
Idaho. No,
No,
no.
Idaho.
I the button hooker though. But seriously, we're trying to save a forest. But that just came out of one of the kids one day. He said, "We're all button hookers. Let's put on a show." So yeah. So, in any event,
So anyway, aside from the weather that we're talking about, you also wanted to talk about your experience flying home, the
well,
experience on the plane.
yeah, I had fun on the plane, but
People
yeah,
Yeah,
I,
sniffing
Max.
and
I don't
coughing.
know.
And
I just, I I was thinking about Finland.
Typhoid Mary.
I was thinking about Finland. I was thinking about saunas, right?
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to look up the fact. There's 5.5 million people in Finland, approximately, and 3.5 million saunas, which means one sauna for every 1.7 people, persons, whatever. And Finland reclaimed their Guinness World Record for the most nationalities in a sauna, with 101
Oh, cool.
nationalities represented. And this is in 2019. The record
Oh,
was
wow. I want to
previously
go.
the record was previously held by China with 99 nationalities, and the event broke that record. They had 101, and it was took place at the Finnish Naval Academy in a large wood heated sauna. So I go to Helsinki thinking that where I'm going to be staying, which is a five-star hotel. Hey, got to go to the five-star hotels. They did not have a sauna. It's probably the only hotel in Helsinki without
A
sauna
sauna.
because it's an old building, and the
Yeah.
the building next to it is the second oldest building in Helsinki. So I'm imagining, but I don't know how they wouldn't be able to put they put everything else in
That's-
there. I mean, they put in all the things to plug in all your devices and I mean, they put in all that stuff. So
But
why
no,
no
no, I don't
sauna?
know.
They
Oh my
told
where,
God.
me
where's it? Is it in Finland? I know it's one of the Scandinavian countries
it's Nordic. Yeah,
where you go to the sauna and then you come out and play in the snow.
you can do that.
They
Well,
all do
you
that.
play
That's
in the
every
snow
country.
and then go in the sauna. That's usually the reverse. Um,
Because you need to
yeah,
cool off.
you need, and they go jumping in ice too. They jump in the ice. I mean,
Yay. And your body
um,
steams.
is it Netflix? I
Well, the
forgot which
closest
one
that
it
we get
was.
to that in the States is the polar bear clubs, but they
Oh
usually
my
it's
God.
only
I've been
on
watching them as a kid. Do you remember going as a kid and watching those
New Year's
nut
Day.
jobs?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And my
Uh,
father goes, "You want to go?" No.
no, I don't want to go in the water in January in
But
Brighton.
they always had fat old people, the majority of it. They weren't kids, they weren't young.
90% of the fat altacockers.
Right. Yep.
You,
But
you,
they
you
went in.
expect it would be the bodybuilders and the really healthy people. No.
No, it's just um Eugene Levy did a show about a travel show, and the first
Okay.
one he did was in Finland. If you could catch it, do.
Oh,
It
okay.
it, it, it goes through the whole thing. What he jumps into the ice. He goes, mushing. He sees the reindeer. He eats the reindeer. That's the other thing. I didn't like the fact that you could get a reindeer burger or reindeer hot dog. Or reindeer steak. And I'm
I
like,
eat venison.
you would eat it, so because you're wacky
Yeah.
out of your mind. But I keep thinking of Rudolph. It's just not it.
And
So, but
no.
but anyway, they do have, when I asked about the sauna, there was like this pool and sauna like nearby, but there's also a Ferris wheel, which I think I mentioned last time, that
Oh, I
has a
want to hear more
sauna.
about that.
You look in and you see a Ferris wheel, and you figured it's just a Ferris wheel. But no, no, no. Each car is equipped with heat, so it's a sauna. You could go in to the Ferris wheel. and it's not, they don't have the moving cars like in Coney, but
Okay. But
uh
they go around.
they
Are
go
they
around.
naked? Are they
I don't
naked in
know. I do not know. I
You
don't
had
think
to
so. I
find
think you
out.
need you have to wear a bathing suit, I believe. You can't go in there without that. I mean, you might take it off while you're
While
in.
you're in there,
I do not know. And I
you,
said,
you,
well,
you
what?
didn't take.
You said they said you could. It's for you could buy this sauna at the time on the Ferris wheel for an hour. Like who's going to stay in there for an hour anyway? But they
Hmm.
do, they do. So I said, Sarah, I said, I
Too
can't.
hot.
I said I can't stay in there for an hour. I'll not good for
It's
my ticker talker. And she
no.
goes, well, you could signal them when they go down that you can
Hmm.
get out. And then there's a pool there, and then there's another sauna. But um,
Cool.
but at the kids' engagement party thing, the restaurant had a sauna and a
Did
hot tub.
everyone go in?
And a hot tub. Not everyone. Who goes in first? Who do you think?
Elon,
Me. And then he drags who? Me.
you.
So we were the first two in to start it rolling, and then it started rolling. Once people went in, other people. I mean, not,
Bathing suits?
of course, of
Of
course,
course.
there were children in there.
No, because
uh,
it's usually in Sweden and the other countries, they
I
all
don't know. I don't
families
know.
do it naked. Naked.
I think in Japan too,
Yeah,
they
They do
do
it
that.
naked.
they have the whole thing. What's so bad about children seeing people naked?
Well, I don't
There's,
know. I
there's
wouldn't.
nothing
I don't
wrong
know
with it.
these kids. I don't know these kids. I wouldn't want to see me naked. That's for sure. I
Well, not
mean,
now. When I was younger,
when
I wouldn't
I
mind, but
was
now
20, yeah,
I'm
I
out
would
the
say, what
cocker
the hell?
myself.
Yeah, I would say, hey,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
I
but
don't care.
they're not looking at you as a sex symbol.
Mm.
You're thinking, gee, I'm not that attractive. You're not supposed to be attractive. That's just your body.
Yeah, well, put it
You
this
know,
way.
Excuse me,
We all wore
vain,
bathing. We wore we wore bathing suits. I mean, that's
vain,
it. Yeah. You're
vain,
so vain.
vain.
they,
Probably think this song is
It
about
is.
you.
It is.
and it was.
Okay. All right. But in any event, it uh it was an interesting time.
So, would you
And
go back to Finland again?
oh, I have to. I promised I'd visit grandma.
Huh?
I have a
Oh,
Finnish family now, strangely. I
I'm
mean
looking forward to meeting them all at
but
the
by in
wedding.
yes, you will meet not all, I mean her folks and her aunt and her
The
cousin and
immediate.
a couple, the immediate, her aunt is lovely, and her cousin they call baby ham because she's the youngest cousin, but she's like 20 something. She's smart like a whip. And the
Oh,
grandma was
cool.
really, really nice. And I was glad that we got to meet them,
And
because
they
we
live in
took,
a big city. They live in Helsinki.
they're in Helsinki. The grandma lives in like a little bit of a suburb, like 25 minutes out by car.
But it's a
So
city.
Helsinki is a city.
It's a
It
main
is a
city.
city.
Yeah,
It's a major city. I mean, I said last time, I said when we were there, they had the gay pride parade. There were thousands of people there.
that's
And
awesome.
concurrently, there was a heavy metal like concerts going on.
I
So you
wonder if
had
that's
all
what
the,
happens when you go into the sauna nude.
yeah,
You become
well,
gay.
yeah, no, I don't think so, baby. Don't start saying gay, stupid things. Sorry. Anyway, we were all supportive of everybody. Matter of fact, I was waiting to try to walk across the street one time, and they were coming, and I was like seeing that I could probably get through. And then I turned around and I said, New York supports! And they started to clap. It was so funny. They were so happy. It was like New York supports. I'm like, yeah,
Do they drive on the right side of the street or the left side?
they drive on the correct side that we drive on,
That
because
we drive
driving
on.
The
on the
right-hand
left
side.
side is
Oh God, in England, that's
we're
the
on
worst.
their steering wheel is on the right. Yeah. So
It's only the
uh,
English company
well, it's
countries.
all, a lot of English countries, have it. I mean, even the Cayman Islands is on the other side.
I know.
I
Well, I
mean,
know that the thing that I hate about London is every time I try to cross the street, I always look at the wrong
Look
side.
the wrong way.
yeah, I know. I looked many ways because in a lot of the countries I've been to lately, there's been a lot of bicycles. And bicycles
Oh my God,
seem to have preference over pedestrians.
they
And
do.
they do. And
And
especially Amsterdam,
Amsterdam is, oh my God.
crazy, right? Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You get in their way, they'll freaking knock you down. I've
Nothing.
seen it. I mean, they came really close to me once, and I was like,
Well,
cursing
And
them
I
off.
thought the
you
food
go to
delivery
any
guys in New
college
York were
town,
bad.
you go to any college town in the U.S.,
Yeah.
it's bicycles.
Well,
And
that's the
Yeah,
best
well,
way of doing getting around
well,
now. I really do think
I
that's the
mean, if
best.
you don't have to worry about traffic, if there's lanes, but in Amsterdam, you really had to look both ways.
Everywhere,
You
even
didn't
on the
know,
sidewalk
yeah, you didn't know
sometimes.
where they were coming from. It's like
Yeah.
nuts. And yeah.
And the hotel we stayed at in Amsterdam said to us, be careful, look even on the sidewalks.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's like the Ted Lasso episode where, Rebecca's walking over a bridge over the canal, and
Yeah.
the guy in the
mm,
boat is telling her, he's trying to tell her to like be careful, and all of a sudden she
mm,
gets hit and goes into the water. And
Oh my
well,
God.
I went on in Amsterdam. I went on the boat canal tour with
Hmm.
the group called those damn boat guys,
Oh
and
my
it was
God.
hysterical. And the young lady who was the captain, who was originally from South Africa, she decides to leave, learn how to drive boats, become a captain, learn, language, and
Smart kid.
smart kid. She ranted like a sailor. Every other word out of her mouth was F.
Are you sure that wasn't my daughter?
She was my girl. I think she was your daughter.
It's
She
probably my
was
daughter.
she goes, "You mind if I curse?" And there's like eight of us. Most of us were from the States. A couple of students. And in the beginning, also, one of the students goes, "Can I light up?" They're lighting up all over,
mm.
like no one cared.
Oh,
Light up.
Amsterdam, they
You
don't
know,
care.
oh,
You walk
they
Oh,
walk
Amsterdam.
around.
anywhere.
You can get a contact high over there. Are you kidding?
I know.
So anyway, but the most exciting part for me, since I'm a Lasso fan, is they
Hmm.
went past the boat and the bridge where they filmed it, and I
Oh
was
God.
like, because I'm really a nutty Lasso fan. And I was so excited. That was like the exciting part of the
Mm.
trip was seeing the boat and the Ted Lasso, the bridge. And I think that was my favorite part was that tour, was going through the
Wow.
canals. And yeah, I mean, the museums and all that, fine, but the canals, that tour
Canals
was
are
my favorite.
fine. I just look, we took the canals to everywhere.
Yeah.
We didn't take
But
any
we,
cars, we took the canals
yeah, but we did
to
like we did
museums.
a whole tour of it. So, we went through all different ones and they showed us like how the building, I mean, it was really interesting. And it was funny because the person just, she cursed
Yeah.
everyone off.
I'm sorry to say the only countries I've visited in Europe has been England, which actually technically is not in Europe, and France.
No.
Well,
I
it's in
like
Europe.
France.
The
I
UK
love
is Europe.
France. I do love France, but I don't like the Parisians.
I
That's
think they're
me.
getting a little better. They weren't as
In
nasty
Bordeaux,
as I
they
thought.
were wonderful. In Bordeaux, I had a great time.
Paris,
They were
they're a little
wonderful.
like, arrogant,
Stinky.
Well,
like,
I think it's the Parisians that have experience with the American tourists.
well,
Because the
I'm
you know,
American
sorry.
tourists say, "What, you don't have ice in your water?
you
How
know.
can you live like, they're critical of everything."
No, we're
No
not.
one was critical
No
when I
one's
was there.
critical. It
I mean,
was wonderful.
we went to this one place like twice because their beef bourguignon and their onion soup was fantastic. And so the second day it was raining. We wanted to grab something. Let's go back, But the first day we had this incredibly wonderful uh server. She was like terrific. And I know you don't tip. You're not supposed to tip, but
Mm, you
mm,
do. You give them,
but
I still give them.
I still give them two. But this one, when she was walking, I said, your service has been great. Here's, extra, whatever. And she thanked me a lot, but she wasn't our waitress the next day, but she was coming in and she smiled at me and he was like
Good.
acknowledging. And so I didn't have it. I just certain places are like the cafes where you sit there for 17 hours. They don't move. So you can't even sit down because they sit there
They
over
sit there.
a beer, a cup of coffee, whatever, for 5 hours.
Mm.
5 hours. And it's
I
like,
know.
and then you try to pay. Good freaking luck. You can't. The waiter never showed up. It was like,
The police, the gendarmes in Paris were the rudest people. Well, I told you the story what happened looking for a street. I'll say it again real quick. We're looking for this place called Rue de Depart. We're going to get shoes. There's a shoe store I wanted to go to. They had pink cowboy boots.
Of
Hmm.
course.
So I wanted the pink cowboy boots. So I asked the gendarme, we're looking, he goes, "Oh, you go 5 blocks that way and make a left turn." Great, thank you, sir. We go at the dead end. Maybe he meant right. We go, no, it's not. So we asked this other person, where's Rue de Depart? They go, oh no, you go back where we just came from and make the left, the right. And we're going, we see the gendarme, the same cop, standing there. He sees us coming and he's laughing. This mother is laughing at us. And
Uh,
he's talking to this little lady. I said, Rue de Depart. And the woman goes right across the street where we were starting. And he's laughing. So, of course, the ugly American I am, I started going, thank you, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And I started doing that. And you frog, you ribbit. And Dennis is pulling me across the street.
I'd be pulling you across the street because
Oh my
I wouldn't
God.
start
I was
out.
like, this person was, he was laughing at us. He thought it was the funniest thing to send us in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, that's not cool.
I
You know,
didn't
we
buy the boots. I was too pissed off.
yeah,
Dennis was
I
very
don't blame
happy.
you. Oh, Dennis saved some money on that one.
Yes, he did.
That's why he pulled you away. It's like, okay, I'm gonna just
I
get
was
you.
so angry that day.
I mean,
Oh,
I don't, I think most of the people, for the most part, that I came across were fine. I didn't find anybody like,
Sometimes, like I'll be walking outside of my apartment in the on the street, and someone will say, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to Van Nuys Boulevard?" Which would be just is 2 blocks straight ahead.
right.
right.
So I'd say, "Okay, what you do is you go to the corner, you make a left turn, you go 2 miles down, you go to the freeway, you get on the freeway for an hour and a half, and they're looking at me like I said, no, I'm kidding. It's the next block."
I'd smack you right there.
I do that.
It's
That's
like,
my sense of
well,
humor.
hey,
That's
we
funny,
going
but at
from
least you correct yourself and you tell them the truth.
Oh yeah, no,
This
no, I
person,
tell them because they're looking at me. They say, but knowing that it's
Plus, don't you
the
remember
neighborhood.
someone asked us where the Empire State Building was? We were standing in front of it,
in front of it,
and
we
we'd
go,
go, and then we'd look up and go,
oh
"What? You
my
know,
God, that's a
where's
big
the?" Then we
building.
would ask someone else, "Where's the Empire State Building?" And they'd go like, look up, and we'd go,
Oh, nothing
"Wow,
like that in Bug Tussle.
back in Bucktussle, I never seen nothing
Right.
like this."
When did that get there? It reminds me of
Back
this
in
funny.
Bucktussle.
It reminds me of this funny scene with James Cagney in this movie, Jimmy Cagney, and
I
he
love him.
he plays the part of a cab driver in New
Oh,
York, and he's waiting in the cab stand, and there's a cop, and there's this little old Jewish guy that comes up to the cop, and he starts speaking Yiddish to him, like asking directions. And the cop doesn't understand a word of what he's saying. So he goes to
Right.
Jimmy Cagney as a cab driver. He says, I don't understand what he's saying. And then all of a sudden starts speaking Yiddish
oh
to
my God.
to
The guy.
the guy. And he said, "Was willst du? Wie willst du gehen? Where do you want to go?" And
Right.
he tells him, and the Yiddish guy starts smiling, and he's speaking Yiddish to him. And then he tells the cop. It turns out that Cagney was lived in the Jewish section of the Lower East Side, and
Hmm.
also performed at the
Well, he
Yiddish
did a lot
theater.
of,
Yiddish theater.
yeah, he did the Yiddish
Oh, he's
theater.
friends
So,
with Paul Muni, who was in
r-
the Yiddish theater.
yeah, so it doesn't, that
And it's funny,
says, that makes sense that he picked up, some of the language.
speaking
Sure.
about that, so did Louis Armstrong. I never
Hmm.
spoke
Yeah,
Yiddish, but
well, he was
he was.
adopted by a Jewish
Yeah,
family.
he was raised by a Jewish family, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, no one knows, not many people know that. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
just
do.
like not many people know there's climate change. I don't know.
There isn't
There's
Maxine,
no
the
climate
president.
change.
No, there's no climate
Don't you listen to
change.
Fox News?
You know,
Don't you
I
listen
would,
to our
if
president?
if I could burn that channel off my TV, I would. Just that's all I can say. I mean, it's preposterous what's going. Don't start me.
No,
Anyway,
there is major climate change, and I'm making a bet with anyone, pinky bet to anyone. Pinky, 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 pinky. I think we're going to have a very bad hurricane season this year.
Yeah, you do.
I do. And I think we're going to have a lot more blizzards. And so we hardly had any snow this year. It was so warm. I walked around with a light
Well,
jacket.
they're basically saying a lot of the climate scientists that
Hmm.
New York is gonna become more like Atlanta, and
That's
that
like,
there'll
yeah,
be very, almost subtropic in a way, and it'll be warmer and we won't get that much snow and we're gonna get more
boo.
hurricanes. It's
Guess
changing
where I'm
already.
moving? Guess where I'm moving?
To
Yeah,
Maine.
Caribou, Maine.
the
Caribou,
prediction
Maine.
the predictions is
Montreal.
the heat waves are going to get longer.
Yeah, well, they're
It's
And
already.
maybe
nonstop
but
here.
around the 100, but it's going to last longer.
Well,
Mm,
I am not a
It's
fan of the
awful.
heat. I think I'm going to move
Nope.
to Maine with you.
Let's
And
go to Montreal. It's a
w-
major
eh,
city.
oh,
I don't want to be a maniac.
you know, but there's a city right on the border of Montreal in Maine. It's called Chow.
Shall?
Boo.
Maine.
Hee hee hee. Yeah, we're ready to all move to Canada.
No,
That's
you know what? No matter what, I'm staying in the United States. It's still my
Well,
country, no matter
there's a
what.
city in right, U.S. and Canada around
you
Washington,
can go in, right, you can go in
around
and out.
Washington,
Yeah.
where
Oh, yes, I heard
you go
about
across the
that.
street, you're in Canada, and the other
Right,
side of the
right.
street's the U.S.
Yep,
It's
yep.
up, yes,
It's
but
up
they're
near,
having
I wasn't far
problems
from
now
it.
in Canada because they can't come into the United States like they used to.
Right.
Right.
There is a major problem. They can't, they would
Well,
just walk across the street and
a
get
lot
their food supplies. They can't.
a lot of the border states with the US and Canada are losing money because the Canadians aren't coming in for tourism and not coming
Right.
in for shopping. They're coming in for nothing. They're not coming in.
No,
And the tourism business, like Vegas, is almost dead. Seriously, they
Yeah.
can't rent rooms. They can't get anyone coming. No one's coming. No one's co The only place, two places, I don't know if California's still the one, but New York seems to be bucking the status quo and people are still coming into New York.
because it's a
But,
business city,
but it's also a
a big
city
tourist
of,
city, but it's still, but it's
it's a
mostly
tourist city.
people.
A
Yeah,
lot
they're
of,
coming in because it's so cheap now to
you
come to
know,
the United States from Europe.
well, because the dollar is like
It's like
going into the
nothing. It's,
toilet bowl. Yeah.
hmm.
I have euros I got to get rid of. I went to the
Yeah, but
bank.
it's no good the other way.
Yeah. Oh, going
Us
to Europe,
trading
every time I go,
American
it's
dollars
like
for the euros.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I gotta turn in my euros so I get something back. I mean, I have to get to the bank. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I use like not even 100 euros on the trip, but
You
Just
just
use your
take
credit
enough when you
cards.
get there for cab fares.
you needed it. I mean, I took Uber. I mean, I didn't even, and then the other two fares because of my fun times in the hotels, I wound up
Hmm.
getting in Helsinki. We got a limo, a Mercedes limo to the airport because of the banging upstairs, and I
That's
could
me.
say it to the point where it was so bad that they banned the people in that room for life.
Or you said that
How
there might have been a musical group.
no, I don't know what the hell they were, but it was pretty crazy. And then in Lake Como, in a hotel one night, in the middle of the night, the emergency light in the room went on out of nowhere. It was pitch black otherwise. And then this other emergency thing started to blink a little. And of course, we tried to turn everything off. We didn't hear any alarms or anything.
Hmm.
And then we called the desk because, like, we can't do anything. And then the guy comes up. Umberto comes up and
Umberto.
he tries to fix it. And he says there's other rooms on the floor too that are having the same problem. And
I
so
don't care about the other rooms. I
they
care about
couldn't
mine.
and he tried to take the closet apart to get to
Oh my
the
God.
electric whatever, and nothing worked, and they couldn't get the tech guys in because it was 4 in the morning. And then I said I couldn't sleep a whole night, so I'm at two five-star hotels and night in each place I didn't sleep.
And
And
one
it's
has no
like,
sauna.
Right. And one
I
had no
didn't
sauna.
have a sauna.
One had no
Oh,
I
I
sauna.
have
would have left. No
How do you?
sauna.
I said, are you kidding that you don't have a sauna in Finland? Where am I?
out of curiosity, I mean, my experience in hotels is in the U.S., and most of the
Mhm.
U.S., the chambermaids are all Latina.
Chamber.
Do they have the
Uh,
chambermaids?
I
Not
don't know. I think it
sure.
varies. There's
A bit,
different.
yeah.
I
It's
mean,
different.
in
By
any event,
Jamaicans, by
there were.
people, it's all universal.
Yeah, I mean it's mixed. But anyway, so I the next day I said I need to speak to the property manager because you guys got to do something. I mean, I lost a whole night of a hotel that was a lot of dough. So finally, the property manager, I said, I'll be by the pool. Let him come get me. So he comes over, Marco, I think, Polo. And I said, I want this, I want this, I want this. And then I'm like, then I said, I want a car, a limo to the airport, which was much further. It was like an hour and 15 minutes.
Hmm.
And so we went through the checklist, and the only thing I was able to finally, well, we got some credits for something, but then he okayed the limo. So we got a beautiful limo going to the airport. When I had 2 nights sleeps missing in both places, but we got limos to the airport. Uh yeah. And I don't know if anyone else said anything. Or they did say something and go, here's a bottle of Prosecco or something.
Take your
It's the
Prosecco and drink
Rubens.
it yourself.
It's the Rubens.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't effing with us. We're Americans, yeah.
Anyway, guys, my beeper just went off, and the
Ooh.
show is ended.
Well,
Mwah,
we didn't get to
mwah.
talk about all the floods, but hey, next time.
Okay, well, let's hope there are no more floods. But
Yeah,
We'll go
but
swimming.
both of you are safe.
so
Yes,
far,
I'm not in a flood zone. Where I
yeah.
live, I'm
I,
in the
I,
mountains. I'm
I,
not in the flood zone.
well, my area, every highway was flooded. Cars were like totaled from
23
being,
was flooded. The
yeah,
Passaic River flooded. It's
yeah,
like that. But
Not
yeah.
near you.
No,
part where in Morristown, they only have like a seventh
I
of an
was
inch of
talking to the
rain.
other day to my friend in Comac, and she said, in Comac when she was going to a doctor, which I forget what town it was, but it was only like about a 15-minute drive. She said the rain was coming down in buckets,
it
like in
was really
sheets.
bad.
And
Parts
then
of
Maybe
she went
nothing.
to,
Jersey,
and then she went where the doctor is, and she made, a turn, and she goes into the parking lot. It was completely dry. There was no rain at all.
it makes
It
no
depends where
sense.
you're going. I had to go to the
Yeah.
doctor in Middletown. There was no rain. Poured, and then about a half a block later, there was no rain.
Well, Les got stuck coming back from Riverdale because everything was a river. The sawmill was closed.
Well, that's why they call it Riverdale.
Yeah, the
I thought
spraying
it was called
brought
because of Archie and Jughead.
no
Anyway, guys,
Archie and Drughead. No.
uh, uh,
All
uh,
right.
bye. Have a great
Stay
week.
safe,
Shalom.
everybody. Stay
I'll see you next
cool.
week.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Amen. Arrivederci.
Show me
Arrivederci.
sandwiches. Let's go to Nathan's. Bye.
Arrivederci. I'm going to
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Nathan's. Yummy.